Alright, did you...
You're alive and well. Don't keep me waiting now. What's in there? In that dark sarcophagus?
The dark sarcophagus paused dramatically. Yes, how was it? Tell her how ghastly it was. You know what she wants to hear. It was a charnel house of failed business enterprises leeching life energy from this bookstore. Honestly, a dump, nothing to see there, just heaps of garbage. I mean, all these answers kind of seem like crap. I knew it. A tremor runs through her. Oh, such horrors that have been thrust upon us. She shakes her head. But what else did you find? Did anything survive? No, of course not. Have you located the entity? Which one should I do? I have a few more... Yeah, I agree. A novelty dice maker, her eyes widen. Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice for some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep. No, ma'am, I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse. She looks perplexed. I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse? The source is you. Woman. The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie. Saya? I'm okay with lying. You've come this far, you know how to end it. There's an entity behind the entity. She says there's no curse because there are too many inconsistencies. Nah. Okay, so this is a lie over here. The source is in the taxidermist's shop. He became involved in arts darker than taxidermy and brought the void spirits down upon this place. Let's go with that. Oh, how horrid. I knew something wasn't right about that place. Tell me, did you find a way to break the curse? Yes, I performed the ancient Semini's dispelling rites. This commercial area is doomed no more. Or, yeah, I despooked it. The curse is definitely gone. I'm going with this one. The commercial area is doomed no more. Of course, I trust my Semini's words and charms kept you safe while you performed the ancient rites. She looks at you with sudden admiration. Hopefully she rewards me appropriately. All that matters is the energies are retreating. I can already feel the curse lifting. It will be a long time until we're fully free of it, of course, but still. 1 XP. And be leveled up. Thank you, officer. Truly, you've brought a better psycho-emanation to this humble bookstore, and that's no small achievement. She so badly wants this to be over, she would have believed anything. It will only last a day or two, a week tops, then her mood will sour and she will feel the curse again. Alright then, all's well that ends well. The lieutenant turns to you. Should we return to our ordinary lives? Now I have a few more questions. Okay, but please only a few questions. She peers at the curtains. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits. Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not like anybody else is a looker either, though. What about these wards on the back door? Are these Semini's as well? Yeah, the Semini's are very crafty, and their wards are extremely powerful. Lesser wards simply wouldn't do here. Never mind, I had other questions. Well, I guess that's that. Well, it is now my 3rd day of playing this game. It's slowly coming back to me because I'm remembering that we had a flashlight. Flashlights are good. And we have just done the section here. I don't know how the map system works. I have no idea. We did a whole
Hello
bunch
again,
of shit in
esteemed
the
officer,
bookstore.
And welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of
I
Famous...
don't want to talk to you anymore, lady. Now, the good news is I looked up a couple things. Have a better idea of how to deal with the harbor so we can actually make some fucking progress without being completely blind and stumbling about like headless chickens. I guess I'll just keep the flashlight on. Yeah, and I may or may not have hacked myself some money. Like quality of life. That quality of life changes. I'm gonna go to the pawn shop, but I'm thinking at this hour of the day, it's what, 2100? I don't know if the shop's closed or something, since we're still technically on day one. Oh, see, there's no dude here. Oh, wait, yes, there is. He's right there. Shelf of boomboxes. I wanted this because I think this will be useful for the karaoke thing that I clearly am prioritizing higher than anything else. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here now. Skill points can also buy new thought cabinets. Yeah, because I still have a hell of a time figuring that stuff out. So my thought process right now is let us go and exhaust the dialogue with the little shit kid and try to make some progress as far as the stupid dead body stuff. I mean, we are supposed to be a detective and shit. So far we've stumbled around a whole day and the body is still hanging on off the tree. That's
Fuck, does Kuno care?
alright. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. Oh, okay, those are exhausted. Okay, about the crime scene. You kids often play in this yard. Right, Pig, this is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck you want with it. The dead man's clothes were in the trash container. How did they get there? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno. I need to know. It could be a lead in the investigation. Someone may have tampered with the murder scene. Listen, he stops. He stops you. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there. Dumpster diving. Sad shit. Yeah, I did. And I'd do it again. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags, shit like Kuno's wearing. He points to his pantser size. Good price, 500 real. No, hell no. Here, alright, I'll entertain you. What's so great about these pants? Pig, these are Fawn Modulars, Liquid Fit, Performance Crotch, Urban Survival Shit, made in Morova by scientists. Pants scientists. I don't think that's a thing. Believe it, you need this shit. He unzips his jacket to give you a quick peek at the plastic-wrapped pants. They are graphite black and look brand new. These could drastically improve your chances of surviving in the urban wilderness. Coach Physical Instrument endorses these pants. They are tartan ready. The voices in my head are actually saying these are good pants. Huh. Wait, I asked you what happened to his clothes. You must have seen them lying around. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around except for that thing up there. He points to the cadaver. Now, you want performance gear or not, Grandpa? The lieutenant remained silent, but his expression couldn't say, I told you so, any louder. I might be interested in the pants. Let's talk about this later. Alright, Piggo, his face lights up. Shit's rolling. Don't do business with the pig, Kuno. He's gonna steal all your money, Kuno. Who put the clothes in? Hey, okay, so it's updating some of our tasks. After playing yesterday through the bookstore, I kind of got a better idea of how to exhaust like the need to exhaust dialogue for XP and progress and stuff. Not the easiest thing when you're reading out loud, of course. Takes a while. As you can see, Kuno nods towards the fence. Kuno and C don't trust you. Can't do business without trust. There's more to his distrust than being a pig. He feels threatened by something obscure in you. What that is, however, remains a puzzle for now. There was also a mug in the trash. Show him the mug. The fuck, a mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yes, does this quaint, better not taken out of its historical context mug have anything to do with it? So this was the mug that had the, like the racist thing or something. Yeah, let's be super politically correct. Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno got that fast brain. He whispered excitedly. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker? Cause he's the clothes fucker. Can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno. That's exactly what I'm saying. Kuno, someone's tampered with the crime scene, cleans some of it up. Shit, that's tense. He thinks for a moment. Someone's going to the beat down basement, huh? Mug guy gonna get tied to the radiator. He nods in approval. Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there, and if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can tell the Kuno who it was. He's curious. He likes putting 2 and 2 together. Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Shit, that's out of his. Even meaner than before. Get away from my Kuno. Yeah, Kuno jumps back. Get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit dunning out of Kuno's face. The ladder. Ever climb it? Look at that. Look at that fucking shit. He screeches. You trying to get Kuno killed? So you would say that the ladder is unclimbable. What does Kuno know? Kuno is not a fucking acrobat. The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook. It's a trap, Kuno. Don't climb it. What's in the greenhouse over there? Dunno. Kipt Das Gardner used to work there. Kipt is a pejorative term used to describe people from South Seminoles or Aeropagite descent. It used to be a common first name among the Aeropagites of not so much anymore. Hold on, the gardener used to work there? Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. He fills his lungs with rancid air. His eyes get a little watery. Shit, nothing to Kuno. Shit's nothing to Kuno. You mean the young woman by the whirling rags, the gardener? I have no idea who that is. Look, Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit. He looks you in the eye and nods as if agreeing with himself. Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyways? What kind of gardening is done in March? I should ask her about that, I guess. I'll accept. Yeah, it seems suspicious. You don't like things being like that. I was wondering about the trash container. Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. I got a very strong hunch there's something of importance in it. Something I have yet to find. Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. You figure it out. Kuno, there's a stack of Eternite back there. That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind. Lazy dinks. He's hiding something. Shit, some gimps left behind. Sounds legit. Yeah, clearly. Are you hiding something, pig? If Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden, he says with exaggerated confidence. But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again. I should examine the pile of roofing material. I have more questions about the crime scene. Yeah, the Kingdom of Kuno. The fuck you want with it? Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. I gotta ask, who is Kuno? Kuno's Kuno Pig. The boy points to his chest with both thumbs. It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using third-person perspective as a shield. I think Necroxix agrees. Interesting, you refer to yourself in a third person to distance yourself from the situation. Kuno doesn't do that. Smart shit. He seems offended. Don't throw that book shit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Try to get Kuno hooked on the book. The boy knows he has an addictive personality, admirable insight for his age. Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna put his hands on you. The thing behind the fence starts squealing, shrill and violent like a fire alarm. The sound gets louder as the child shouts at the window overlooking the yard. Help, pigs, got Kuno, help, rape. Help, the boy joins in. He's got to Kuno. Just answer the questions. Help, he's digging his dick out. Escalate. Kuno, his dick is out, you're afraid. Pigs are hurting Kuno. Somebody, please. It's full blast now. The wind carries the buses far and wide across Martinez. How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason. Be logical, kid. I haven't done anything to you. Yet. Fucking logically, snorts. Help. The local pig is fiddling Kuno. What is this sick charade? No. The boy scrapes his freckled face, contorts in hideous, uncontrollable laughter. Get off Kuno, you sick fat fuck. The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim. Who put you up to this? No one, he whispered. Suddenly, Kuno's doing this because he likes it. You like being molested by the police? That sounds not good. This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change of plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder down the line. You may end up missing crucial information. The pig's gagging him. Kuno can't speak. Someone put you up to this. You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place. Listen, you dumb friend. Kuno hawks a loogie at the ground. The phlegm is yellowish and bubbling somehow. It was the harbor, wasn't it? They're trying to compromise me. I can hear them laughing now. Fucking losing it, you fat fuck. Help, people! His face is contorted with hideous laughter. The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass. Are you high right now? Help, mistress, help. He prances around, eyes bulging out of their sockets, rolling hard, yelling at the windows. He's having the time of his life. Total ecstasy, fuck the pig. He's flashing Kuno, he's showing his genitals. If you don't help Kuno, it'll be too late. Don't punch him, it's a bad idea. Well, let's take the gamble. Hey. Oh, nice. Fucked him up. That would be a success. Thump. The blow connects surprisingly well, leaving your knuckles tingling. The disoriented 12-year-old is trying to get his bearings. I think we can have a normal conversation now, am I right, Kuno? Officer, this is very far from normal police conduct. The lieutenant breaks his silence. Get yourself together. And don't start with me, Kim. For heaven's sake, he thinks this has gone too far. Don't make this any worse than it is. Just get back to questioning the kid. Okay, pig. He's no longer wearing his demonic grin. Something happened. A punch made him calmer. Yeah, he got a fucking reality check. If this act was about him trying to establish dominance over you, it's safe to say things didn't go as he'd planned. Kuno knows to respect that violent shit. You should see Kuno's dad. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. He declares with pride. The creature behind the fence has fallen ominously silent. Only her eyes are alive, jumping from actor to actor. Okay, pig. Talk to Kuno. We're back in this shit. He brushes the dirt off his pants. The fuck you want? Ooh. So you respect me now? You're a dreaming pig, that's not how this shit works. Well, a little, but didn't expect anything to change. This is not gonna. Fuck it, we're gambling. Come on, 28%? Oh. He's on your crime scene bossing you around, and he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful. Kuno, I think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment. Let's talk like normal people. Trying to fuck up the Kuno. Fuck it to Kuno. Try and fuck. Damn, he spits fast. Higher. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor. Kuno gonna fuck you up. She bumps her bony fist in the air. Up, up, up. Okay, so that didn't go so well. What was this anyways? I forgot. Oh. Yeah, hold on. Let's make a save and investigate this. Visual calculus. Several footprints, maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Go over them one by one. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of work. Standard work boots, steel reinforced toes, number 46. Standard work boots, steel reinforced, number 44. Hobnailed work boots, number 43. Standard work boots, number 45 or 46. Wait, which is it? You don't know. It's a miracle you could tell the prints apart as is. A cold must have preserved them. Count more. Yeah, let's just keep counting. Counting's great. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, an aberration. Light as air, even pace, same make of boots. Number 41. Male or female? Impossible to tell. Could have also been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. I'm pretty good at this, ain't I? You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens, everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it in a strange, beautiful way. Count the rest. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. However, the right sole is smoother, more worn. How many? The lieutenant has been tracking your eyes movement. 400 million. I mean, that sounds like a really tempting thing, but it seems to be a... So I guess I can say that. I was pretty off then. I counted 20. The same guys are going back and forth. Yeah, if they're stepping on the same footprints. Like when you're... Like if you have like a march of troops or something going through snow, if everybody's stepping in their own footprints. Makes it very difficult to gauge how many people have actually gone by. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia, he points to his glasses. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Well, for one, the heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint. 200, he thinks for a moment. Could it be the combined weight of 2 people? One carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon-to-be dead man. He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. Maybe it was a giant. One of them was carrying him over, most likely. I think that sounds about right. Possibly, yes, the lieutenant marked something down in his notebook. But why? You're thinking, why did they have to carry him? Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just marched him up to the gallows. Maybe there was a physically impressive strongman in their midst, someone who wanted to impress their peers. I mean, any of these seem good. I would have expected it to be unconscious or otherwise be resisting. Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. You have a point there, he clicks his pen, thinking for a moment anyway, it's something to consider. What else can you see? Light step number 41. A woman or a kid? Could be a woman. Okay, how do you know? Don't. He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait. I'm just saying random things while looking at holes in the mud. I have no idea where any of this is coming from. How do you know? I'm gonna say I don't. Understood. Anything else? An aberration? One soul is smoother than the other. Interesting. Let's name it the Odd Soul. Do you have any ideas, Lieutenant? Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor, he thinks for a second, or maybe a drummer. He regrets it at the moment. He regrets it the moment he says it. A drummer, that's stupid. So one of the people we were looking for is a drummer. No, it's not. Forget I said it. We're not looking for a drummer. I think the drummer boy must be the murderer. We got this locked. He raises his index finger. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing. He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south toward the traffic jam. Instead, the machines are silent. The engines are all turned off. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam, see whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent? No? Yes, prudent. The lieutenant writes this information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are? A week maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller who reported the hanging. It is not impossible. How do you know? I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revocol. 7 days below freezing. The day before the day of his hanging was the last warm day. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago. What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Fascinating. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here. I'm so glad I bought the visual calculus skills. That helps. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself. A doubt, perhaps? It would be unprofessional of him to be sure of himself at such an early stage of the investigation. Either way, he concludes. What else? That's kind of it. So I figure sooner or later we'll eventually have made some progress. To the story. So now one thing I do happen to know is this shack is something I need to get access to if I don't want to deal with the stupid meathead. Oh. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material ether night. I don't know if this is a check I don't want to miss. I might have to save scum it. Wait, there's stuff... Wait, we have a way of getting there. Hold on. I remember being on the other side of that fence before. And... I guess there might be... Oh shit, I gotta go way around. Hope it was this way. Oh, wait. What is this? Visual calculus. Whoa. What have we here? A bridge? A bridge with loose nails and rotten-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one. That is true. Whatever, let death come. I'm a revolutionary badass. Whatever, call you badass. Hey Kim, it looks like we've got a construction code violation. The lieutenant looks around. Sure, they never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Evercall looks better though. But Lieutenant, think about the splinters. Birds is fine enough. Locals use it all the time. After all, it's nothing to worry about. He adjusts his glasses, shall we? Yeah. I think there's a whole section over there I've never explored. The belly of this boat shines like it was recently painted. Ooh, free stuff. Hey, there's a guy up there. This garden hose. This won't be of use until the snow melts. Chairs and tables eaten by rain and rot. Another splattering of bullet holes on this wall. Orange bum hat. More reaction speed, less rhetoric. These barrels are half full of rainwater. Or maybe they're half empty. Alright, I guess we can't go anywhere here. I mean, it looks like there's something here, but whether or not I want to pursue it right now, I don't know. Must be another way into this building. What is this? This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. Conceptualize. Impossible. Don't we have, like, we got 4 points in conceptualize. It's still... Maybe they want you to fail it. You have no clue it's just a wall. So many walls all over Martinez. Weather-worn, cracked, their paint peeling. Okay, that didn't go very well then. Let's see what else is over here. Because I do know that I want to get my ass in that shack. At least I'll do it on the next day, perhaps. Hey, up here, piggo. Inside the frame of a motorcycle in repair, the tools used to disassemble it. Yeah, you better keep walking. Come on, man. Respect my authority. Capeside Apartments. Roundabout. I'm just gonna inspect all this stuff. Docking reserved for residents. Lame. Take all. Your room in the whirling isn't much bigger than this sloop. This is worth more than you'll ever earn in all your life. Joyce. A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach her. Green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good evening, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L? What does the L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
Bunny hands dangle from the sleeve of an oversized raincoat. RCM, what is that? I'm a little foggy here.
I meant you. The Revachol Citizens Militia. The police.
Revachol. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here, that you're a drunk? Oh, not yet. She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest. I'm not a drunk, I'm a police officer.
Of course you're not. It was only a joke.
Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Cool. Like steel, there's strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
Give me money.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Oh yeah, I'm very competent. Totally. There's a trace of irony in his voice, mischief even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Maybe you could solve the mystery for us then. It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful. You seem rich. Can I have some money? Is that what you want to say? Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy. What? Why not? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, bub. What lustrous hell. A well-kempt yet tasteful short bob of dark hair, despite the first hints of gray, she's elected to keep it all natural. A shape shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style. Yeah, it's old people haircut. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from cold, her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. Wealth in all its possibilities. These are the kind of eyes the rich man that seem to say something is possible, or everything's possible. Within reason. Yeah, so? Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lace, a sigh of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... I'm not ashamed. Oh, but you are. Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of... Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force. As I was saying, her voice breaks the silence, and suddenly you're back again. Nearby, a seagull pecks at a piece of garbage. If there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask. I need a skill check for money. That sucks. You're on a boat. Why, yes, I am. She looks at the deck under her feet. Green and white sails flutter over her head. Not a lot of people on boats, are there? Of course there are. She looks around. We are on an archipelago. How else are you gonna get around? Wait, we are? Look around. Yes, we are. She raises her eyebrow. We are on Le Caillou. I thought we were in Revicol. We are in the city of Revicol is on an island of Le Caillou. Still, I haven't seen anyone else sail a boat around here. I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Cooper's Kanema motor carriage either. How the hell did we get that on here, then? Actually, the lieutenant becomes defensive. That motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in Greater Revicol Industrial Harbor. It's not a toy. Neither is this. The woman pats the cabin hardtop. A toy? I mean, it's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revicol between the city and the islands. You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich. Yes, I do. I don't know why, but yes, totally. Before you do, it would be pertinent to ask her other questions, gather more info on this boat of hers. Okay, does she have a name? The boat? No, it is called Coeur d'Alene 19 because that's the type of sloop it is. The word it feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. Cool, but your boat really needs a name. Okay, how about Cordelay 19Y? She taps on the side of the boat and makes a hollow sound. Because it was manufactured in Revicoles by a company called Cordelay, this hull is 19 paces long. How about Dolores? Why Dolores? I don't know. Looks pretty. Well, it means nothing to me. I think I'll stick with the factory name, but thank you for the suggestion. What kind of boat is it? It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing, though these days I mainly use it for business. How do you like it? My sloop, I like it a lot. Her lips curled. It's the eel's hips, baby. I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating. I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her. Do you have a license for this boat? Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasurecraft operator. The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Alright, let's go in for the kill. Let's talk about the economics of this boat. Oh my, the E word, she crosses her arm. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption, that I'm a member of the ruling class? Precisamundo, class wartime, baby. Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator. She doesn't look like he thinks he'll best her in single combat. What? Then what does that say? She points to the plaque on the side of the pier. Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de something 33A? Uh-oh. 33A, this old proletarian haunt here. She waves up the room. The ruin looming overhead, as I said, plenty of people drive boats. Of all social strata. Let's try this. Is totally gonna work. See? Your synapse flashed. This house was built before the revolution. Okay, it is anti-centennial. She looks at the building looming overhead. The people who live here now lead a different lifestyle, if you know what I mean. I assure you that they drove quite hard bargain for this space, but you're right. I'm a Burgio-Shiashi woman with this my fast lightweight enemy. There is no shame in her voice, a touch of sadness, yes, but no shame. Okay, I think I have a handle. Tell me about Wild Pines. What we do, I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole, is a giant undertaking. There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent. So what do they do? Pines' core competency is logistics, container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. Then, to the east toward the harbor, that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil, and gas exploration. Offshore platforms. The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revicolian companies, awarded royal monopolies by the king himself. Centuries ago, the king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain. Where are the others? Saint Bet something Lum, and an unknown entity known as the Brightest Star. You're in good company, it seems. Why, thank you. She hasn't registered the real meaning of the remark. How much money does Wild Pine have? I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that the last year the company booked more than 20 billion. A billion? What exactly is a billion? Like, can you quantify that? It's a number, officer. A big one. What's it made of? It's made of 1,000 millions. A million is made of 1,000 thousands. Wow. 20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid, and their capital improvements Interest payments. A wave hits the sloop. She grasps the mainstay for balance. A conglomerate the size of the wild pine is like a shark. If it stops moving, it'll die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility. Where does wild pines get all these billions? I started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Sumerian and Insulidian Isolas 250 years ago, where the pine ship explored the South Semites and charted Low Mentha on behalf of the Caesarian. Centuries of care, deliberation, madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taking everything from its employees to build it. It probably helped to start out with a royal monopoly. You know more than you let on. She takes a sip. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed to survive. Wild pines had to grow and adapt. No Caesarian did that. What does such a huge system want with a place like this? I mean, aside from being the terminal's legal owners, she gives you a little smile. Who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? 8% of all that cargo in the world, that's quite the endeavor indeed. Egg into thought. The 15th Indo tribe. You know, it's first. Let me take a look at it. I'm curious. And it doesn't really say. There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their job the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen. No, I don't bind people go skydiving. It scares their dogs too much. With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone. What can you tell me about the strike? I could care less about the fucking strike. Everything. She smiles right up to it, not including trade secrets. But what if I want to hear about trade secrets? First, you'd have to repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade and Ailments that gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus. An octopus, I will slay it. Good luck, it's only kept in place by the vested interest of half the civilized world, including your own. What the man means that the Emergencies Act and the RCM both get their authority from the coalition government. You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words. Leave it alone. But I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike. What is your role precisely? I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counter offer. And how are the talks going? They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago after that awful lynching took place. Where's he word? No, they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2.2M racist behemoth blocking the gates. Oh, you mean Jean-Luc? My race mentor? He's a great teacher, a man of virtue. I'm just gonna click proceed. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped when I first arrived. And when did you first arrive? I arrived 3 weeks ago, she thinks. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still particularly frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site like the RCM. He looks at his notes, but the strike began in December. I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit the wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations. This isn't the first time the union has gone on a strike. Heavens no, there have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union wants significant concessions, including overtime pay and medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive. Oh, why am I so sniffly? Ludicrous, even it's meant. What are their demands? There are leaflets everywhere and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes, every worker a member of the board. That didn't sound good. Most of the workers probably don't know what that means. Yeah, seems like they have no idea about business. It's in defense. In its defense, another said demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker member of the board. What does that even mean? It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what? About anything, really. It needs a signature of each of the... What? The 2,200 workers... Yeah, those demands aren't... Like, you can't... It's unreasonable. So, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of the Wild Pines. That's pretty funny, I have to admit. The workers can't be kings, the king is the king. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king, but as negotiations go, it's not a swell start. So what are you gonna do? I'm not sure. Actually, I assumed that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over. Maybe they're just stupid. And now people are getting lynched. Here behind the whirling in rags, a disastrous situation if there ever was one. Excuse me, the lieutenant looks up from whom did you hear about this lynching? Her replies come quick. I first heard it from the boya at the gates, the one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was Call Me Manana. Oh, Mario. This checks out. I don't really care about the rest of this right now, do I? Alright, what happened to this Gumar guy? What Mr. Claire told him to... How did she put it? She pauses to compose herself. Fuck off, midget. Gumar is short of stature, you see. Cool. Yes, extremely. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Claire has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union. Sounds like usual aggressive posturing. Scabs at the gate, did you put him there? The scabs? She raises her brow. You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you, not right now at least. It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion. Tell me about the Union boss. Everard Claire is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interest of the workers first. Really? Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick viscous goo where you and I have blood. Is he that bad? He is the most corrupt individual I've ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there's anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother Edgar. There are two of them? Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. That's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. What about the Union itself? Outside of the brothers Claire, the Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago anyway, must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did. I can respect that. She adjusts her hair. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Claire came and transformed it into a... How do you say? She hesitates to come the right expression. A mob. The lieutenant says, our crime syndicate, sad as it may be, we're forced to cooperate with them. Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brothers, or his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask, I'm a curious and talkative person, you see, she explains. Would you say that the Union is... I don't know. Giant leech sucking the life out of Revical. Probably, I don't know. Indeed, and a hungry one, she nods. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the leech always hungers. One more thing. You said something happened at the elections. I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared. Disappeared? Yes, on the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore or coming back to work. Or coming to work, ever. End of story. Yeah, it happens. Does it? Company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a union matter. The point of the presentation is these kinds of things happen around the Claires. Watch out when you're dealing with them. We'll be fine. Don't fucking worry about it. That's all I need. What can you tell me about this lynching? Because this is technically like what we need to know anyways. Quite a few things, I'm afraid. She falls silent. Oh. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. I don't have my badge. Oh, we're fucked. Of course, ma'am, we should have introduced ourselves. The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic. I'm Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice. How curious. Why is that, Detective? Awkwardness washes over the conversation. No one doesn't like this turn of events. Remember when my partner told you I had recently suffered from an unusual medical episode that I lost my badge related to it? I see. So are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world is sitting nothing. Oh dear. I suppose this does explain some of the more curious turns in our conversation. She must have been suspecting something for a while. As I said, ma'am, the lieutenant interjects. His technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Of course I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Look. Hang on, she's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. What kind of arrangements would it be? I mean, favors for favors, a dirty alliance of some sort. Consider this. Perhaps she's planning it all along, that you convinced yourself into colluding with her. How do I negotiate my way out of this? Easy, just offer her a favor, like I said, nice and dirty. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. I'll be frank with you, she puts down. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible. You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain. Like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Marinaise. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried looking into the matter before to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or, she picks the cup back up, you can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause. Detective, a word in private before we continue. Excuse us for a moment, madame. Got a bad feeling about this. Alright, let's see what he wants. What do you want? Endurance, it's clear you like the hard stuff, brother. What is my lower intestine going on about? Lower intestine, the term is metabolic and circulatory system. Okay, but what's the hard stuff? Fascism, brother. Okay, stomach, I made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to the judgment. You're going to keep your vows, right? Keep your vows, brother. Absolutely not. I'm not going to be played by an upset stomach. There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment. I have no idea what that was about. Shadows on the water, green plants under the calm surface.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet. You should take care of that. I think I have the money. Oh, right, because I hexorted some of my money. I can actually pay off the stupid debt. You know, I'll also take a room at the Whirling. One cannot get much closer to the crime scene. He's proud of you for getting your act together and finding a way to pay back what you owe. It's only because
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
how did you hope it would go? Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance and, you know, not volunteer us to be the henchman. Really? I thought it was going so well. When this woman is running circles around us, she might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, you played straight into her hands. Is it scary? Nah. I like living on the edge. On the brink of madness, on the edge of death. Could just, you know, find my badge. Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters. The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time was of the essence. No, it's not. You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months. Why just wait a few months? What do I care? Let's just get back to her. I don't know if I get more XP by actually clicking on stuff, but I'm getting a little impatient.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Do you know something about these tattoos? It's the tattoos on the corpse. That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching questions. Alright, fine, let's just return to it later. Better not tie the forestay or the backstay, blah blah blah. I hope there's something else I can help you with. Alright, let's just leave her at this for now. We'll just go elsewhere. This is the southwest entrance to the tenements. I'm gonna not mess with the garbage thing. Cannot open it. Maybe I need a pry bar, but fuck it. Well, since it looks like he wants us to sleep for the night, I think we could do that. And then I want to try doing that shack that I was pointing out earlier. But I think I will save scum into it. And that'll allow us to avoid that meathead butthole. Hey, there's a lot more people here than I remember. Oh, if I hit F5, it quick saves. This is not how I last remembered it. Yoink.
Can I help you?
Yeah, let's just pay off our stupid fucking debt. How about that money I owe you? How much? Yeah, have you got? How much do I owe you? A lot. I can't even negotiate it down or nothing. Whatever. I could slam the bill down on the counter and hope he chokes on it. Does it actually matter? Bam. Slam that shit. And I leveled up. Sweet. Great, perfect. I hope you enjoy your freezing cold room with the new window you broke yourself. You've really worn down his patience. Even paying him didn't help. Maybe I should have been more polite about it. Who cares? I'll unlock the electronic lock to your room. He taps his foot against a metal box at the bar counter. All the doors lock automatically at 21 o'clock. Seriously? Starting tomorrow, please pay for each night in advance. 20 real per night. Oh, that's stupid. He opens his wallet. I'll take a room here too. He takes Kim's money and hands him a key ring. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you? No. All these guys, I can't even talk to them. They're just regular dildos. Just part of the background. Oh. I don't think I have any tapes, though. Let's go to our room thing. Skill points can also buy new thought cabinets. Or forget old. So it only took me like, what, 3 days to experience 1 day in game. Door room number 1. This is the door to the room you redecorated. Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Sounds gay, let's not. Alright, let's go. The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum.
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
I didn't know you smoked, Kim. I have a cigarette every night when I go over and with my notes. It's something of a ritual. Oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette. I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes? I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly 1 cigarette every night while going over my notes. What if you accidentally drop it or get it wet or something? How did you get so cool, Kim? The light of a cigarette illuminates a fleeting smile. You mean this? He flicks the ash. This isn't cool, it's an unnecessary trial of will and unhealthy. Well, I mean, if it's just 1 cigarette a day, it's probably not that bad. Right then, debrief. Yes, he pulls up on the cigarette. It's been a long and eventful day. So, how do you think today went? Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. The body's still hanging from that tree, which is unfortunate, but we performed a thorough search of the premise at the crime scene. That's great. Though he wishes the body were out of the tree, he doesn't want you to feel too discouraged. Probably out of fear that you'll give up and keep drinking. Don't worry, kid, I'll totally be up for getting the body out of the yard tomorrow. I'll look forward to that. As for the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Everard, much less interview him, so that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We talked to Joyce, but didn't get any information from her friends. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us. Kim is emphasizing something this much. It really must be important. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard precinct for you in practice? I'm training for long distance run. I want to raise money for charity. He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger in his cigarette. It's impressive, especially for a man your age and in those heels. He looks at your snake-skin shoes and smiles suddenly. Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. It goes with the orange. So what are our powers exactly? They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule. Wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse? Yes, although indirectly as citizens can always request records for their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than prescribed fine amounts. He frowns. It undermines trust in the RCM. Okay, whatever. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call so that it prevents confusion and overcrowding. I see, and if someone resists, we are permitted to use whatever force we deem necessary, even lethal. So wait, somebody resists arrest? We can actually kill them? We can use lethal force? That checks out. Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty, you have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Kid, you better have my back. So I think it's time to kill some people. Oh, we don't have our gun, though. Never mind. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, but cross-examining you for inconsistencies, it's hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best. Or take someone else's gun. That is true. It seems like I could have probably kept his gun from way back in the beginning. I chose to just give it back. I was like, whatever. And who makes all these rules? The coalition government? International, yes, the international community's mission in Revocol and the blah 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 blah. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution, so we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less. Just gave a lot. Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revocol or the coalition government founded the RCM. I'm gonna say nothing. Everyone's always saying something. I'm gonna say nothing. Silence, a great comment to such a conundrum. The moral intern. Oh, the moral intern, what is it? The Moralists International are the world's largest political organization. I don't like politics. Yeah, now who they are, they run the place after the revolution failed. Hey, welcome to my army. I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Point to your head. Okay, they're a union of center left and center right parties across the Rio Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, PIS, most internal government organizations in the world. Or most intergovernmental organization in the world. I have an opinion on the moral intern. I don't really give a shit. Do you? The lieutenant arcs his brow and pulls a cigarette, a slim white thing in his fingers. Oh. Yeah, we'll go with this one. Mutter silently. Immigrants, liberals, kips, fucking men are turning into women. As long as the women are staying as women, then everything works out fantastic. Well phrased. I understand answering to foreign powers doesn't sit well with immigrant bashing, but without the MI, we would be common vigilantes. That's just the way it is. Actually, vigilantes is okay with me. then you will adore Martinez. For many of these people, the Union, especially vigilantes, is precisely what we are. Personally, I don't enjoy it much. He looks at the roundabout. I'm gonna say nothing, just look in the night. I don't like that it's playing romantic music, and I'm on a ledge with a dude. That's awkward. Dying light of the city chamber below, slowly the luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. Come on, man, let me just bum a drag off your cigarette. The soldier's the highlight of the day for me. He thinks this little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of his floodlights on ground below. Kitsuragi's glasses light up as he looks to the sky, two glowing circles. Finally, he pulls on the cigarette and says, "They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno, it's different inland in Jamrock and the TRIH. Why are they like this? It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks of the jurisdiction of our two precincts. And Jamrock and the blah blah blah." He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky and says, "We run the city. West of the rivers is RCM land. We should just go there then. Fuck this place. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... but we are in control and it's worth it. The organization works, our system works. If they didn't, this city would disintegrate." I hope our investigation will help improve this. No, we're not going to change anything here. Probably not. Anyway, positive change happens slowly. We never really get to see the impact of our actions. Thanks for this. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go. He puts out the stub of the cigarette and looks to the door. I think I did well there. Check out my flashlight, Kim. So are we gonna rest up now for the next day? Hey, there's a girl down there. We should go talk to her. Can't do. She's not highlighted. None of the guys down there are. Time for me to hit the old dusty trail. What did he? Oh, these are all like pulled tapes. Better investigate with my flashlight. Yep. Oh God, what did I do? The fan still stands. Wonder if I could mess with it more. Is this door still locked, by the way? Yes. I remember we ignored this in the beginning. Oof. Yeah, I guess we're not doing any of those. Let's go to the bed. Bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful. Crawl in. The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. I wonder if I should have done one of those thought things. Because I think maybe time passes while you're sleeping too. If it has to take negative stats during that process, I could have done that. And then sleep doesn't come. Why? Maybe it's the bed's fault. Check the pillow. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Check the blankets. Barely covers your toes. Stretch over your soft belly. This is the body. This is your body here. Intimate and warm. Breathing. You did not want to raise kids. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzy array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily. Pulls over to the other side. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it? Who killed him? Something to do with, what was That the lieutenant said, Union, and it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brainwaves. Okay, no more thoughts. Fall asleep. Breathe steady as a great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming. Are we sleepwalking? What the hell? Is this a dream? Hey, disco lights.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
That's the voice of a chronic smoker. You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs between her legs and in her mouth?
Was she hot? I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. While you just stood there with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go.
Sounds like we had a good time.
Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss.
Ugh.
Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me.
Deal with it.
You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history.
Sounds boring.
You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Yeah, well, achievement unlocked. Explain that. I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do, even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed.
Yeah, I might pee in it too.
Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown? Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
Something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad. This dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
What? No.
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry.
Sounds like when you end up going to like a transvestite bar on accident but it's like one of those like, fuck it. And then like they have like people that are sitting next to you and being really extra friendly. And you just kind of like, I don't know.
Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Alright, the shit factory. Wait, I'm a detective. I don't work in a factory. Hey, it healed all my damage. Fuck yeah. Well, it is the glorious morning of day 2. Good going, buddy. I just had the most beautiful dream. Uplifting, rejuvenating. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did last night. The hell's going on with me? I mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think. No, that's not it. Really, I feel super good. That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. Wait, what is speed? And don't just say it's a methamphetamine derivative product. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday despite your debilitating hangover. How else did you think you even got up from this floor? Sheer willpower? You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago with me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you died. Continue. Don't be silly. There was no vow you were high on speed. That was the only reason you got up. You can't detect without it. It's that simple. I don't even know where to go looking for speed, so I'm just going to say, no, I got this. I'm going to go. If I come across speed, then maybe, but I've got enough on my plate to work with already. Are you sure ready to live up as this pathetic shell of yourself for days, basically a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks, maybe 3, you won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then, you'll be fired. That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead. Alright, of course I want some speed. Fast recovery, man. Quick turnaround. Super detective back in action. So, detective, what's your secret? Meth. Ooh, broken window. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. Actually, hold on. Let me hit, save. Yeah. Look out. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some more torn buildings. That's it. Okay. Do we get any new doodad? No. Alright, whatever. So, let me see our journal tasks. I still have no idea what this map system is. Like, it just, I don't... Because it looks like points of interest, like it mentions the mirror. So I think the map system isn't an actual map system, but it has like things it talks about that, or maybe I can buy the maps at the thing, the bookstore, if I remember correctly. These are found white checks. These on white are available to try now. Yeah, so it's kind of like it allows me to keep track of stuff. And maybe if I actually had a map, it would tell me, like, it would mark it. Find speed and sniff it. Never mind. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Run the number on the victim's armor. Yes, we should be able to do some of those too. But right now I want to know, can I buy the maps? Let's find out. Wait, this is not the same. Okay, yes it is. Good morning. Oh no, do I have to talk to you?
Morning.
He gives you a quick nod. Looks like we can get to work at once, the Union muscle turned up. He points to the mess hall doors. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. Why do we need to talk to them? Everything points to the dock workers union, the belt used for hanging him, tracks in the mud, the circumstances at Martinez. Martinez, my preliminary information, which may of course all be wrong, but we still need to talk to them and it won't be easy. Alright, let's roll. One more thing before we do, he glances at the booth. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business. Good, a power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder? They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place anyway. I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me. Cool. Can I go out through this door? I guess not. I'll have to use the back door maybe. I'm not even going to talk to anybody yet. I'm going to go straight to Das bookstore. Drugs raise learning caps, but they're bad for your health. Oh. Need to pass time, buy a book. Reading passes time quickly. Alright, where do we see those maps? There's something over here, maybe, right? Shelf of biographies. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it was this one. Oh, wait, no, it's this. 100%. A map wall. Storekeep, can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale. Besides, you could scarcely afford them. Want a bet? They're quite valuable, though they might not look at the map of Martinez. It's 90 cents, though. Why is that one so cheap? That old thing, it's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce up the place 4 or 5 years ago, they also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it? Well, what happened then? They didn't get far for some reason. A shame the projector never got going. It would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Alright. I want to buy the map. I don't know where these other places are, but it's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard, blah, blah, blah. Still, this detail could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged box. Look at the map of the other one. Large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on... Could that be related to the tattoo? I don't know. Blah, 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 what else? Blah, 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 blah. All just specks of dust on the vastness of blah, 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 blah. Disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Kylo in a bookstore. It's you. And you see cities on the island? You can on Kylo, or recall a single black star. Blah, 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 blah. Some bunch of stuff. Lost little pearls of light, tiny fires in the dark. 150 million people live on these little dots. An ocean world of culture. Look at the edges. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Monday is the north, blah, 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 blah. Connections to other worlds, worlds past the Insulindian, and unknown to you. You only know, I don't care anymore. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolus are measurably large compared to you and very, very far away. Yeah, it's the, existential dread. Perhaps they are gods. I would think not. Hey, look at that. We have a map. Okay, so we are, like, this is this part of the world. Okay. So, like, the mirror itself is where our room is. Alright, cool. This might be useful eventually. I wonder if I could talk to her now. Like, because we have her brought in and shit.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
Really? Because it looks like you're just sitting in the chair staring at your feet. Just can't win. Out of the rain and into the gutter. What are you gonna do now? Math. She looked into her notebook with trepidation. It's really difficult. Like, really, they say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess. Suddenly she smiles and perks up, remembering something. Oh, I found something while you were away. What is it? Oh, I got a hat. Dick Mullen's hat. I thought this would fit you. She gives you a hat almost exactly like the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Like a thanks for helping out. Not me, the city, I mean like a detective does. A detective hat? Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. She grins. You'll look more serious with that. Suddenly she looks back at the infernal scribbling under her nose. Right. I have to get back to my homework now before Mom notices. Man, this is hard. How'd you find it's like introductory math or something? Clothes. Dick Mullen's. Oh man, it gives encyclopedia though. I hate encyclopedia, but it's free stats, I guess. I don't want to lose one rhetoric. What does my shirt give me? Drama. Drama was actually useful. Electrochemistry or interfacing. I think interfacing was more useful. The rat is blood as popsicles, unless she knows the password. Because I did like that quite.
Hello again, esteemed
Alright,
officer.
Never mind. Alright. So, step one. I want to... What the hell is that? I want to... see if we can get in here. So we're gonna actually do this quick save. Is that how it works? I don't know if there's a quick look. Okay, yeah, there is. We're gonna see if we can bust our bitch ass in here. Alright. Why am I looking at this pile of roofing material? Hey, first try. Fuck yeah. Because there's a secret door hidden behind the panels of Eternite, that's why they're too orderly. Pull the panels aside. There it is, you see I was still reading that. There it is, you see a shabby little door. What is this then? A tool shed? Let's investigate. I'm on it. Don't be afraid to say weird things. People are more forgiving to persons of power like police officers. Good. Why is Kim just blocking that doorway? What are you hiding? Silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Amphetamine. Sweet amphetamine. Maybe this Kuno kid knows where to find more. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror, he's studying you. There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use professionally. I mean, I wonder if using drugs pisses Kim off or something. Someone's taking narcotics here. No, it said amphetamines. That's not a narcotic. Somebody doesn't know their drugs. Perhaps the police should interfere. I wasn't thinking about taking it, I swear. I was just thinking about justice. I have heard amphetamines make you a really good detective. Are you a really good detective? No, I'm just a regular detective. Thank you very much. Someone's taking narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere. Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, he points to the ladder in the corner. Hey, I'm still exploring, alright? Fuck off, Kim. See that ladder there? There's probably another way into the industrial harbor now. A secret path the local kids use. Hey, Kenpachi, what's up? The poster says, get out of the way or get fucked up. Cured pig's head, it looks mummified. An empty tube of magnesium supplement. Excuse me. I really hope my voice survives. I took it extra easy yesterday, so... Here, let's make a normal save as well. Why are you walking so slow, my god? Alright, let's not go that way yet. Let's go... Oh wait, no, this is the roof. I see. Moving around is so awkward in this game. Nosafed plus health. Wait, maybe this is... Oh, yeah, I think this is a... We'll go this way in a bit. It looks like you have to jump down or something. The doorway is going to collapse soon. Restoration builders keep the ruins together. I got a postcard. And for some free money that I didn't even have to hack sewers. Alright, now let's go the other way. Oh, wait. I see stuff. Yoink. And yoink. How you doing, Mr. Kenpachi? Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing. Look, Lieutenant, someone left their cloak behind. Yes, it's probably yours. It bears the RCM insignia, and you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. Is it Arsh? It might be ours. You could probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Oh no. Because I think we will save scum this, but let's look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane toward... Oh, yeah. Okay, I think that's the harbor. The lieutenant looks at an enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. The look in his eyes is a mix of engineer-like interest and the wonder of a 6-year-old seeing a horse for the first time. That machine is whatever. Motherfucker. Now that is a huge crane. I'm doing alright. Desperately trying to preserve my voice, but... Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's certainly an impressive achievement of engineering, but I digress. We're focusing on your cloak here. He looks at the sad piece of fabric flapping at the wind. What exactly are we doing up here? I was under the assumption we could ask the leader of this union to help us get the body down. This is why we're here, right? He doesn't even wait for you to answer. He looks around when rustling his hair. Or it could be that we're just exploring. He's thinking you've forgotten where you are again. Do you really think this cloak is mine? Should I go for it and jump? The cloak? I do. I think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, he looks over the ledge at the cold pavements below. Well, it doesn't seem too dangerous. 2 meter tops. When you're ready to do it, I'll be right behind you. The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide. I'm gonna just say, not right now for a moment, so I can hit that quick save. And take a quick look at... Oh, it's a motor skill. I think I'd rather not spend points in that. We're just gonna... How do I get down there? Okay, there we go. Alright, let's try this. This is gonna... not work. Oh. Holy wow, that's high. Doesn't seem dangerous. The lieutenant must be crazy to suggest that. Right, I can't do it right now. I'll make the jump next time. And I damaged my health. Oh, hell. No. We're gonna scum this one. I want that. And I want to get to the other side, because I don't want to deal with that meathead thing. You guys remember any of the dialogue from that? Jesus Christ. Not good times. Why can I not click on this? Hey, we got it. I think. Hello? What's going on? Did my cutscene break? I think I broke it. I think I broke it, but I can't do anything. And I broke it again. Alright, build it again. Look! What? He's just standing there. Yeah, so it's the cutscene itself that's somehow breaking. I can't access my menu. It thinks I'm in a cutscene. Oh, fucking hell. But this is the most important thing ever. Okay. He did the green. Okay, it worked, finally. Oh, that was a pain in the ass. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Continue the voyage through the salty air. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now. Yeah, hopefully nothing else breaks. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. This better be fucking worth it. Ooh. Yeah, it's plus to 2 different thingies. Okay, it's gonna replace my disco ass blazer. But it's better, so sweet. Collecting rainwater. Actually, let's make a save like right fucking here. Just in case. So this section is Martinez. It's not the rabbit call or whatever. Oh, wait. What did I just do? Uh-oh. Where did I go? Radio is emitting a strange buzzing sound. Someone left the coffee machine on. Standard office file cabinet. Postcard. I wonder if that's the way to the harbor or whatever. Maybe there was more stuff for me to explore up top. Hey, where'd that purple thing go? There was a purple orb. Visual calculus up. Drama down. What do I have? Oh, I don't have any glasses. Do I want to lose one drama? Maybe. Because the drama was actually pretty useful. That's the thing. This is Dewey typewriter. Model name is on the back. Every worker member of the board is written at the top. Below the flyer's union logo and blah blah blah. Before I go checking this. Door's locked. Cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. File cabinet. On second glance, someone's forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around. Let's see what's in... Open. Drawer opens smoothly. Well-organized section of brown folders. Browse. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming in to rev a call from the outside world. Monday ground and even... And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revocol, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? So far, it's just not. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, etc. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Force yourself to go through the folders. Hey, whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on this side of the drawer. It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember Leo, whoever art shoes, special whirling for a blood, more banner. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled. Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everard. Everard, Claire, probably the head of the Debar Union. He inspected the note. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here. Take another look at the note. Yeah, sweeping office floor sounds suspicious. Nobody sweeps their office floor. Yeah, I guess we do have to go up. Oh, wait. A punch clock / payphone. An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. Let's see what this does. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be one waiting for your next move. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Hey, look at that. Your finger runs over the dial pad. 005, that's the dialing code for Rivacall. 4952 in a moment of hesitation before entering 993. Calling. Still calling. Then, a crackle. Someone picks up. They say, Video Rivacall, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lemmy. How may I help you? What is this place? Video Rivacall is a 24-hour video. Yeah. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lemmy. No, I mean, what is this place to me? Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here. Do you know me? No. Why did I call you? Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? My name is Raphael Ambrosius Costiaro. Do you have anything on my name? That's that fake name that we got out of fucking knows where. What? Listen, I can't help you over the phone. He sounds annoyed. If you need further assistance, you can visit us at the corner of Voyager and Maine. Are we done? He thinks you're pulling a prank on him. Call is terminated by the other party. You're left with this comfortable sound of the disconnect. Can I do more? No. Payphone hangs up. Mute me. I figured maybe we can do like prank calls or something. Okay, so there's a whole way that way. Wait, do I have a map at all? I have no idea. Do I go that way or this way? I'm going this way. Because I see stuff. I'll take that. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Numerous empty bottles. Snow is quietly covering the numerous wine bottles and cigarette butts on the ground. Someone partied really, really hard here. Did I do this? Well, the lieutenant looks at you and then the bottles. Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. It looks like I had a lot of fun. It really, really doesn't. 10 turns ago. Let's turn our attention elsewhere and move on. Take all. Oh, take it. Oh, I got to manually. Kim, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah, I can hack all the money I want, and I'm still gonna take every last one of these. Kim, move your fucking... This is the Night Watchman's booth. The name on the door reads Renee Arnox. Kim, I'm gonna take a quick look inside. If you must, but the lieutenant looks around, but please hurry, we're pretty easy to spot up here. Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. Might as well take it. Why not? It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabiner uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera. Why did you take that? I'm making an artistic photo collage, Kim. Of course you are, he says. Matter of factly, what murder investigation would be complete without an arbitrary photo collage? Okay, nothing else there. Yeah, it'll totally help wrap up the case. All around you, great machines and quiescence. White pine trees are printed onto the screen, covering blah blah blah. I have no idea where we are, where we're going exactly, but we're going somewhere. Crane control. A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Allumer and are faded with use. It seems to control a large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Allumer. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. I sure hope that's a good thing. Surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The crane was built with a purpose which has now been fulfilled to move this container. What's inside? Who can say? All you know is it's special. I can't see how this was worth the ruckus. He looks at the crane. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying. Come on, maybe I can like use it now or something before I go pushing the other button. That was a long little cutscene, so... Money. Some faded industrial letterings on the platform.